Pep Guardiola has now won 11 league titles in 14 seasons of top-flight management with Barcelona, Bayern and Man City. It's a staggering achievement, a testament to Spaniard's ability to adapt, innovate and keep things fresh and ensure that the fire burns within his players remains stoked. Arsenal led the Premier League for lots of last season, but when it mattered, City were the ones who oozed class. They have won 5 of the last 6 English titles, matching the three-peats of Manchester United, treble kind of wrapped up what was an incredible season and an incredible era for Manchester City, beating United and Inter Milan. They became the second team to emulate the treble. As Guardiola's City continue to match the high points of United during the Ferguson's 27-year dynasty at Old Trafford, the debate will rage on as to who the manager is, who the greatest manager of all time is. So we're going to take a closer examination. Guardiola's CV continues to look ever more impressive. He now has 5 Premier League title wins with Man City, added to the 3 he won with Barcelona and 3 with Bayern. At Barca he claimed 2 Copa del Reys, and for the sake of thoroughness, 3 Spanish League Cups with Bayern. He won the German Cup twice. At City he can add 7 other domestic trophies, 1 FA Cup, 4 League Cups and 2 Community Shields. In terms of international competitions, Guardiola's won the Champions League thrice with Barcelona, adding 2 Super Cups and 2 World Cups. In addition to this, he also won the Super Cup and the Club World Cup at Bayern, having inherited the Champions League winning side in 2013. European success has for the time being eluded him at the Etihad before last season. So that amount of trophies is 35 and 15 years, or 14 years of management if you take out the year of sabbatical between Barcelona and Bayern. Ferguson entered the dugout at the Scottish club East Stirlingshire when he was only 32. That would be the start of a managerial career that lasted 40 years and nearly 27 as United manager. His first taste of success was Scottish St Mirren win the Scottish First Division, going up to the Premier Division. At Aberdeen, Fergie won the Premier League titles in the 1980s, the Scottish Cup 4 times in the 5 seasons between 82 and 86, and the Scottish League Cup in 86. The Dons famously won the European Cup Winners' Cup in 83, beating Real Madrid and the Super Cup a few moments later. Taking over at United in 1986, Fergie led an unprecedented period of success spanning 2 decades, including 13 Premier Leagues, 5 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, 10 Charity Community Shields, 2 Champions League, 2 Cup Winners' Cups, the Super Cup, the Intercontinental Cup, the Club World Cup. You get it. Overall, Fergie's won 49 trophies, while Guardiola has plenty of catches up to do. His enormous Hall of Silverware still has plenty of years to go in it. If he continues to go at the current rate, he'll far surpass Fergie. Let's not forget the fact that Pep has already won the treble. In fact, he did so in his first season at Barcelona. That wonderful team featuring Messi, Eto'o, Henry, Xavi, Iniesta won La Liga by 9 points, lifted the Copa del Rey, and then beat Ferguson's United in his Champions League final. So it isn't something that eluded Guardiola up till last season, but given the current comparison, the English treble one would say is a more historic achievement. There will be plenty of comparisons between the two teams, no doubt, but what is so far clear is that City are certainly more in control of their own destiny than United were in 1999, which has sliding door moments. For example, while City was steamrolling Real 4-0 in the semi-final, United had to come from 2 goals down to beat Juve. Guardiola's City also have won a domestic treble of the Premier League, FA and EFL Cup in 18-19. Ferguson's United didn't manage that, but they didn't win the league and FA Cup doubles in 93-94 and 95-96. What has been noteworthy about Guardiola's City teams in recent seasons is just how relentless they've been, and that's reflected. They won 100 points on the biggest winning margin. They picked up 98 points and 93 last year. The highest the Ferguson team got was 91. City have twice achieved 32 wins out of 38 played, whereas the most Fergie got was 28. Goals scored can be another indicator of teams dominant. The most United teams ever scored was 97, and that's usually in the 70s or 80s somewhere. City, of course, scored 106, 102, 99, 95, 93 in the last campaign. So what it shows is they can continue to raise the bar. And whether you need to accumulate or not, 90 points is up for debate as long as you win the title, the strength of opposition, etc. The most remarkable aspect of Ferguson's long reign was how he ensured United's team were regularly restocked and replenished with new talent to see off emerging threat. In the early Premier League years, there were challenges from Blackburn and Newcastle. Then came around Arsene Wenger, and he challenged Arsenal for the first period of reign. After Arsenal won a double in 98, United responded with a treble in 99. And in 2007 era, Wenger's team declined again, but that led to Roman Abramovich's brilliance coming to face him. Had Ferguson been a young man, he would surely have relished getting stuck into the Abu Dhabi back city, the noisy neighbours, and we'll never know how all that would have panned out. Since then, the balance has well and truthfully shifted. Guardiola's only really had to fend off Liverpool as competition. New threats may emerge if Guardiola stays for a few more years, but City certainly look well equipped to see them off. Liverpool have pushed them right to the wire, and yeah, they seem to have fallen back. For all of Arsenal's games, you can't say with absolute certainty they'll be around for the next 4 or 5 years. Guardiola has been hugely successful. He's also changed football in many ways with his style of play. I think, you do see most teams trying to play out of the back, or at least trying to nowadays, because of the imprint Guardiola left. Tiki-taka is a modern way of playing, and Guardiola's genius continues to evolve, something that nothing gets stale or his team's predictable. The conversation of James Staines from centre-back to ball-playing midfielder this season is just a way of them continuing to evolve. With the likes of Haaland, De Bruyne, Grealish going forward, City can overwhelm their opponents, but it's the manager's technical nous that keeps them above. Ferguson's legacy wasn't necessarily revolutionary tactical, but once it's towering over in many ways. The mountain of silverware won at Aberdeen, and United speaks for itself, not to mention how his was sustained over so many years. Fergie's gift to the game and to the art of management includes a fierce determination to overcome log odds, the never say die spirit for which United teams in particular are renowned for, and a careful man management that nurtured the talent of footballers. It isn't a constant that dozens of Fergie's former players have gone on to forge their careers in management. One of his great qualities was creating a bunk mentality where it felt as if everyone in the world was against you, therefore eking out an extra % of effort. Fergie's work ethic over so many years set the standard for all others, as did his philosophy to win at all costs. As he once remarked, I've never played for a draw in my life. Pep still has a long way to go, but at current rate he will go beyond. He's 52 when Fergie retired is 71, so there's plenty of time yet. If City get a treble, it's a massive trick in the box, which of course they have. His City team have also won 3 trophies so far in a dominant manager, whereas Fergie kind of scraped over the line. Guardiola still needs to prove he can sustain such a high level as Fergie did. One caveat is that Guardiola has always coached the biggest teams. You know how he fared with his top side. The Spaniard has secured his legacy, but Fergie has done it with all sides of clubs in Scotland, etc. His City side have raised the bar considerably. The Premier League investigation in City will have some effects, but there is no question of Guardiola's extraordinary legacy. But anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Next time for daily football news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.